So guys, I'm back with another video, and as you can see, I've got two trucks on my table here. I've got the Arrma Grom, I've got the Traxxas. The Arrma Grom body is a little bit more beat up, but we're not really going to compare that. We will in a way, but yeah. So the Teton is made by Traxxas, and the line that it is Traxxas. Traxxas. Teton is what they call them, and their Traxxas line is basically just their 1/18 scale budget line. And this here, for most of you, probably already know, but it's called the Arrma Grom. And I could be incorrect here, but I believe this is Arrma's first 18th scale. It's not Horizon Hobbies, which Arrma is a product of Horizon Hobby, but it is Arrma's first 1/18 scale. So first of all, one of the very first things I want to do, just because I think it's going to be kind of important to do, and I think why it's important to do is because, well, because they have quite a bit of different weight between them, and I want to weigh them, and I want to talk about that. So there we go. I got the body back on that one. Let me grab my scale here. I'm going to kind of push this truck over here. I'm going to make sure the trucks both fit on the scale. So yes, it does. So let's turn the scale on. So the Traxxas Teton by itself, this is no battery in it, is 1 pound and 4 ounces. And the Arrma Grom is 1 pound and 9 ounces. So about 5 ounces in between them. The Arrma Grom is the heavier one, and you can significantly tell that just by picking it up how much heavier it really is. So you put them side by side here. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. Let me see here. So you kind of can. This is wheel to wheel. They are about the same length, honestly. Yeah, they're actually pretty much the same length. So pretty good there for the 18th scale. I want to pull the bodies off just to start off. Another one of the things I want to talk about is the radios you get with the Traxxas, or not with the Traxxas, sorry, the Arrma Grom. Sorry guys. The Arrma Grom, you are going to get a small pistol style radio, which I hope I have here somewhere. Where did I put it? Okay, so I gotta find the radio for that one, but that one is the small Mini T style radio, so I can actually grab the Mini T one and show you it. And these are now not the exact radios they come with, but it gives you an idea. So this would be the Arrma Grom radio, and this would be like the Traxxas radio. The Traxxas radio is more like a stock TQI. If you're watching this video, you probably have a Traxxas and you know how big the radio is, and you can see how small the Arrma Grom radio is compared to it. So with that being said, I think in a sense, Traxxas really did that right with their truck giving a full-size radio. And the reason I say that is because I think realistically, when you get your kid into RC, this radio is nice, don't get me wrong, but I think it kind of messes with you because when you're young and you're learning, because you get used to having such a small radio. Then when you move up to like an actual RC truck, I mean, even the 1/10 scale brush lines all come with this style of radio, this bigger pistol. I mean, I guess it would be a pistol radio, however you want to call it, but you have a lot bigger radio to deal with. So I think at a young age, it's good to get kids using the bigger size radio so they can get used to it. And then when they're ready to step up to their 1/10 scale or even their max or whatever, you know, my nephew went from an Arrma Granite brushed right to a max, and he always had the bigger radio. He never had the small radio. I have handed him these radios before to drive some of my stuff, and he looks at it like it's stupid. and I think it is too. I don't get why they give the little radios. It's nicer for kids because they fit in their hands, but I think it's just not the right thing to do for kids. I think they should be giving the bigger radios. Traxxas does it with their Traxxas radio, which I believe is basically a TQI, maybe a little bit cheaper than the TQI. It's probably just a rebranded TQI for the Traxxas, but I think Arrma could do the same thing. We'd rework the technology. So then the next thing I want to talk about when talking about these two cars, we're going to pull the bodies off. The Teton does use clips. The Arrma does have a clipless system. And then here is the two bodies. So this is not a stock body that comes on the Teton. I did paint this body myself, but it gives you the size difference. Basically, you got a pickup truck or you got an SUV. So, I mean, you can base your likeness off that, I guess. So looking at the Traxxas Teton, one of the things I just really want to point out is you have a single suspension arm, and then on top you have a link. The Arrma Grom, you have two suspension arms and no link except for your steering in front, of course. So here they are with the bodies off, and I will just go over this real quick. You get a 2-in-1 ESC receiver with the Arrma Grom. It comes with a 380 motor, and you have your clipless body system, of course, we already talked about. And it does take a stick pack, which is very nice. Then the Traxxas, as I said, it does not have, the Traxxas comes with its own standalone receiver, its own standalone receiver, its own standalone ESC, its own standalone remote, or motor, sorry. So if you're watching this right now, and just so you know, the Traxxas does come with a cover and stuff over the receiver. I just took mine off because, I don't know, it's simpler for me. And then I just have everything zip tied down instead of two-sided sticky taped. The motor on the Traxxas is easier to replace, being it does have actual connectors on it. The motor on your Grom is going to be a weird plug-in style. I've never seen this. Goes right in here. So you could change this motor to a brush aftermarket motor. You just have to add these plugs onto it. Black's always going to be negative, and then gray is positive, I guess, which is kind of weird for this. So yeah, your steering servo just plugs in right here. On the Teton, everything's going to plug into the receiver, and you're going to get a signal from an actual full-size radio. It's not a 2-in-1. And then, as I said, the Grom does have a stick pack. So does the Teton. The Teton comes with a nickel metal. I think it's a 6-cell, 7.2 volt. I think it's a 1300 milliamp hour. And when you buy your Arrma Grom, you are going to get a 1400 milliamp hour Gen 2 30C 2S 7.4 volt battery, which is very nice that in this car you do get a 2S LiPo. And then with the Grom, you do get your charger. And with the Teton, you also get a plug-in wall charger. The Grom charger is going to be a lot faster at charging than the stock charger on the Traxxas Teton. Now, the only other thing I want to talk about when it comes to upgrading your chargers, with the Teton, as long as you keep the stock nickel metal battery, you can go to any hobby shop and buy your standalone standard charger and get that battery charging. If you buy the Grom, you can't just go and buy a standard charger. You will need a charger that is applicable to G2 batteries, which they have some cheaper ones that'll charge this battery pretty quick. I have the S1200, I think. That's a dual charger that works good, which is like that charger was like a $200 charger. So just throwing that out there for you if you guys are starting out. If you are just starting out, you don't have any charger, you can use the stock charger. Just this stock charger takes about 8 hours, and I think this one's about 45 minutes. Yeah, I think this one takes about 45 minutes if I'm not mistaken. So based off that, that's a big equation to add. And I could be incorrect about this one. It could be less time, but I know it's a slow charger. It's not a fast charger. Like this one is kind of, I would guess I would consider a fast charger. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is parts availability. So right now, the Arrma Grom is fairly new. I think it's only been out a couple months, and I'm just now getting my hands on it, so it's been back ordered. And I'm not sure how good parts availability is looking for the Arrma Grom right now. So I do know that the parts I have broke on the Teton have been the 2 drive shafts in the front, and then the stock radio went out. So guys, sorry about that, I'm back. So your Traxxas charger when you buy the Teton is going to be a lot slower The Arrma Grom charger is going to be a lot quicker to charge the battery, and you do get a 2S LiPo, so you should see longer longevity with that. This Teton, I'm going to be honest, I don't use it very much. I keep buying nickel metal batteries for it, and they go bad after sitting. And the problem with a nickel metal battery is you can't really storage charge a nickel metal battery, so when they sit, they go bad. LiPos, the G2 battery, the nice thing about it is they are programmed inside to go into storage mode after they sit so long. I set mine at 100 hours because within about 4 days, they're not going to go bad just from sitting, and then after that 4-day period, it will put itself into storage mode, which is kind of a nice update on the Arrma Grom. Something else I want to talk about is if you look here at the front hardware, the Traxxas Teton shocks do just pop on and off with balls. So you can literally just take your finger press and pull that shock off. Same with on the bottom. On the Arrma Grom, they are actually bolted on, which is a nicer quality item. The Arrma Grom does come with metal CVDs. The Traxxas Teton stock comes with plastic ones. And the Traxxas Teton also is going to come with this weird type of Allen wrench for a nut on the wheel. The Arrma Grom does come with an actual nut, and it is a full-size nut if I'm not mistaken. I think it is a 7mm nut. And there are 12mm hexes. So there is a lot of easy wheel options for this. There is a lot of easy wheel options for this too. Now it's been out so long, you go online and look, you can find people who've done this or done that. So not saying this ain't a possibility to change the wheels, it's just a little bit harder. These wheels do come unglued from new. I did glue these. I think the Arrmas, yeah, the Arrmas do come glued, which is nice. I have not glued these myself. They come glued. You get a nice heat sink on your motor. The Traxxas, you do not. The Arrma motor is also a little bit bigger, but being the weight of this vehicle is smaller, I would say they're probably pretty comparable in speed, but I have not speed tested them. Maybe in a future video, if you guys want, we'll come back and speed test them. Only one of the other big gripes I have right now with the Arrma Grom is that the stock diffs they have in it aren't the best, and I think they are a metal diff, but they're a monkey metal diff, as you see so many people call Traxxas metal. And the metal diffs in the Arrma Grom, they do go out after wear and tear, or you're abusing them, they will break. And Arrma does sell upgraded diffs for this truck, and this is the stupidest thing in the world. The upgraded diffs for this truck are $45. I'm hoping to see someone in the future come out with a diff that isn't so expensive. I think $45 for the upgraded diffs for this is very expensive. And you do get both diffs in that package, so you're paying about $22.50 each diff, but still, I just think that's a very crazy number. If you do turn them over, you will see they both are plastic tub chassis. They both do balance on their wheels. So, just something to think about. Your Traxxas Teton is going to come with a clip for the battery hold down, and then your Arrma Grom is just going to have a strap. And I have seen people break the strap already, so just be aware of that. So far guys, I am really enjoying the Arrma Grom. I'm going to give it a few more runs before I actually come back and do a full review. But these are just some comparisons. If you want my honest opinion as of right now, I think if you were to go buy one of these trucks, I think the Arrma Grom is a lot better deal for what you're getting for the package. But I think Traxxas does have better parts support at most stores. There are stores that just sell Traxxas, so it's going to depend on your area. I would just say wherever you go and you're buying these trucks, if they have parts support and parts availability for the Arrma Grom, buy the Arrma Grom. And if they don't, maybe look at the Traxxas. Or if you don't mind waiting in the mail if you break apart, then the Arrma Grom isn't a bad deal. The Arrma Grom is a very nice car. It's hefty. It feels good in your hand. Like, I mean, it's a hefty car. You can tell it's made quality. The Teton is very light, and it doesn't feel very high quality. And the Teton actually looks really toy-esque with the way they did it with the blue parts and things. Which I get it. Kids will love it. They look at it and go, "Oh, blue, cool. Blue's on it, cool." So yeah, but again, with the Arrma Grom, you are getting metal CVDs. Something to think about. You're getting double, so the suspension arms, which makes this truck a lot stronger, I believe, in the arm area. You're getting a clipless body on the Arrma Grom. So right now, I'm thinking that Traxxas is probably looking at this Arrma Grom and trying to come up with something for the Teton, because I can see these two trucks being the two biggest competitors in this class. Just being they're monster trucks, and it's Traxxas versus Arrma. It's like the biggest thing with people that are either you're a Traxxas fanboy or you're Arrma fanboy. I like to have both. I run everything. You guys will notice on my channel I do have more Traxxas, and that's just because of the parts available around me is a lot better for Traxxas. And I haven't had the best luck with Arrmas, but I am really enjoying this Grom. So we're going to do a few more runs on this truck, and then we'll come back and fully review it, take a look at what I broke, things like that. And then I will probably try to make a video where we run these side by side, or at least speed test them and just see which one's quicker. If you go online, I'm sure you can find all the speed difference. I know the Arrma Grom is around 20. I think if I remember it, I speed tested the Teton and it was around 18 to 20 also. So I don't think you're going to lack much on speed difference. I think I did also replace a motor in the Teton, but I've had my Teton a really long time, so time will tell things where things break. It's going to be up to you what you get. This is just my comparison video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. If you already are subscribed, guys, thank you so much. We're getting up there in subscribers now. We almost got 900, so very cool to see. I've been doing YouTube a very long time, so I'd like to see that 1,000. It'd be sweet to see that. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. If you're not subscribed, guys, make sure you subscribe. Thank you.